My take on it is they help farmers grow the most crop, grow the most yield out there at the economical level, and all with environmental mindset behind it. Way. So as an agronomist, we're out there evaluating what's going on in the field. Do we have to take care of weeds? Do we have to take care of insects? Do we have to, take care of disease? 2023 here, we've got to take care of all of that stuff in a challenging environment out there, and it's really helping the grower, manage their fields, take care of it, and get the most out of it they can. Graduated high school, went to Iowa State University. My major was ag business and with an emphasis in sales and marketing. I did have a couple years in there where I was a dual track with ag education, so I got a little bit of background in that, but I ended up just doing 4 years with the ag business. Really, from an agronomy standpoint, I was pretty limited in the classes I took for agronomy. It was more kind of the business, sales, and marketing, which really has an impact, I think, through how you help the growers, outside of agronomy. But the biggest thing is learn how to learn. Was kind of my philosophy there, and coming out of college is where I really took off and started to learn agronomy, boots on the ground, reaching out to mentors at the time. Oh, another avenue that I was looking at was grain merchandising. I had some interviews with Cargill and ADM at the time, so I thought that was kind of where my focus was. But then this agronomy opportunity came up with the Senex Land Lakes at the time, and it sounded interesting, and it was close to home, but just far enough away. So really where I started out was Stacyville Cooperative down in Stacyville, Iowa, in Adams, Minnesota. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of the pathway that I ended up going, and it's really been good. So, but there are several options, in the agricultural career that you may not think of, that could even be outside of just a normal coming from the farm going into ag. There's several different areas that you can work in for your interest. So first and foremost, we talked about that willingness to learn, the seeking something new each day in agronomy. That seems to be the case, even though we're doing a lot of the same systems and approaches, but there's always new ways to do things. So the willingness to learn. The other thing is making sure you're dependable, showing up on time, and getting that work done. Because in farming, there may not be tomorrow to get it done. You may need to attack the issue today, or the pest that's coming out. So you can't just put it off until Monday, right? You need to make sure that that's done in a timely manner. Now, there's some things you can plan, but being flexible is probably another skill that's helpful, because now the conditions might change. You might have to do something else in there. And from a precision ag standpoint, patience, because not everybody's going to pick up on the technology all at once. It's a crop cycle, so you may miss a whole year, but it's helping the stems. Some people want to see the big rise all at once and get frustrated by that. But I've learned that you got to help them through the stages, help them to understand why we're doing this, and then so I guess we'll start out with planning, which is really in the winter months. We get harvest done in the fall. We start planning for the next year, if we haven't already started that. So we're crop seasons by year here. So we do the planning, sit down with the farmers, figure out what they need for fertilizer, what they need for chemistry, for what we talked about earlier, weeds, disease, and insects, and there's multiple systems that we can plug into. Then we get into spring. My role as a precision ag specialist, I'll begin to write planting prescriptions. So we'll put a certain amount of seeds, certain hybrids in certain areas of the fields, based on what that soil gives us or that yield environment. From there, I'll start to work with the growers, make sure that's all set up and in the planters, ready to go. Make sure it's working all the way through the spring. The agronomists that I work with from that perspective are making sure that the applications are being made during the springtime frame, and make sure they're timely. Really fertilizer first, and then we start our weed control program. Some of that can overlap. You can put it in the same application, and then we get into the other aspects that may come, insects, diseases, etc. Right now, we're in the midst of fungicide spraying. We heard some concerns, talk with Tony here just a little bit, about tar spot being a newer disease to our area. So we're just learning that and learning what to do with that as we go forward. So that's kind of happening here in the next couple, 2-3 weeks. All along, we're out there looking at fields. I'm utilizing tools to help me do that role. Utilizing satellite imagery. We've got a person that flies drones, so he'll get me drone imagery to look at what's going on in the fields, before we're going out there, because I want to know where to go in the field. The imagery yet, that technology can't tell us what's going on necessarily in the field. It could just, tell us really where to go out in the field, what to look for, what are the differences out there. Through the rest of the season, we get to August, we start thinking about, what seed are we going to plant for next year, get that positioned, look at the new varieties, hybrids, to help, kind of raise that yield bar, the next year as we gain, what yield environments do they put into, work with the farmers on positioning, getting that locked in. Then we go into fall, where we set up the combines for harvest. My role is really making sure we get data collected off of that, because that gives us kind of our scorecard for the year, and it sets up the conversation for next year. We review that after harvest, what went well, what didn't, what can we change, what did we learn, just different things like that. So the opportunity in agronomy exists because of the current rules in there. A lot of the folks are, we'll say getting my age or older, so we'll be retiring in a few years. So we just need to start, begin to backfill. We need to start to look at other avenues, because we're just not getting, there isn't as many farms out there. There isn't as many farm kids to backfill it. But that role is also changing at the same time, because we have to be more efficient. We're going to be working with fewer farmers, but more land. And when you start to, talk through plans and being able to manage with the grower, you're just going to have a lot on your plate to manage. So you have to use the new tools that are coming, the technology tools to help them through that. You're just going to be doing more quantitatively in that role as the agronomist there. What AI, what robotics does, we're just really getting started in that endeavor here. We're hearing, there's some companies that have robots that can go out there and take care of weeds, right? Or a drone that can spray the field. That's just really getting going. We just need to get that economy of scale. That's going to really help us and probably be a little bit of a game changer. So the agronomist of the future is going to have to be able to adapt to that and utilize all the tools that are coming, and just put that into a system. So Yep. So as a student, we can start, the high school, right? So do what you're doing. Get out on the farm, get to experience it. See what's going on, how they go about things, get an understanding of it. I'm a big proponent of FFA, so get involved in that. Even kids that aren't part of a farm, there's a lot of opportunities there that just your skill set is so broad. 4-H is another good one there as well. So get involved in those. Take science classes. I know there's some schools that don't offer ag, but if they do, take the ag classes that you can, just so you get an understanding of what's what's all involved in it, and that way you can work through the questions that you have in your mind. You have experience, who to reach out to, who etc. So.